What's up, Stat Family? Told you we was coming back with another one. We got the best Larry Bird Mamba mentality story ever told. This is a live reaction. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that sub button, and comment below. Let's get it. We hear it's legendary. You already know what time it is. It's legendary. We thank you, Lord, for another one. I promise you now. We can't get up here and act like we mad though. We done been through it. We done got through it. We thank you, Lord. Hey, we thank you now. Hey, that's all we wanted to do, Lord. Smile now. All that money and shit, that shit don't mean nothing. You feel me? Can you smile, nigga, for real? When you ain't got shit, I'm talking about, can you be happy for real? It's all in here, you feel me? This shit mentally. Are you mentally ready? Thank the Lord for it now. Hey, shout out to them real legends. Shout out to them real junkies. And shout out to them real crackheads. Them folk right there help you get through. I swear. I'm talking about take your ass back to the house. We love you, auntie. I hear you now. Take your ass back to the house. Sit your ass down somewhere. Come on, let's say the nigga like, we thank you. And shout out to them YNs out there too. We praying for y'all. We hope y'all get through, you feel me? I swear, I know how it is. I already know how it is legendary around here. We praying for y'all and we thank you. I ain't no better than y'all, you feel me? Hey, I want y'all to get through. I want y'all to smile for real. I'm talking about, huh? When you smile for real, I'm talking about when she a legit smile. I'm talking about, we thank you, Lord. And the Lord did that. And no man did that right there, I swear. I ain't gonna lie to you one time it be around here. I ain't gonna hold y'all up. Bird family, Stat family. If we get emotional up here, this legendary, and I ain't gonna lie to you. Y'all already know how it go though. I ain't gonna hold y'all up one time. But y'all already know when I get in, when I talk, I'm gonna talk for real. I'm gonna let you know what it is and what it ain't. You know what time it is. Come on now. Goodbye. She's gone. Y'all know what time it is. Hey. Motherfucker sit down. Hey, quadruple double. What you tell Casey Jones? Big Bird, I done did enough damage. And it will be right there. It will be right there. Hey. What you say, Bird? I mean, what you say, Bean? No talk. Gonna get the job done. Anytime, anywhere. Handle it. Shout out to y'all though. We ain't gonna hold y'all up. We about to get down to another one. It's big around here and I'm thankful. Every video, hey, it's big and it ain't just a video and now this shit hit me now. Like, it hit me here now. I swear. Ain't gonna lie to you. We thank you, Lord. It ain't just a video no more. Moment of silence. Thank y'all. Waiting our turn. Even don't never forget how to wait your turn now. We ain't better than nobody. I swear. Don't never forget it. Your ass get humble in 2 seconds. Lord don't play no games out here. You'll humble your ass very quick. Don't think you're better than nobody, you feel me? I swear. We ain't gonna pull it one time because it's slowing the fuck until the end. I can't do it, you feel me? I can't go red carpet. It ain't in me. The slowing in me, I swear. I'm talking about in real life. I ain't talking about up there. I'm talking about in real life. It's big though. Shout out to them real legends. Shout out to them real junkies. Shout out to them real crackheads, man. I just love this shit. I swear, I ain't gonna lie to you. I really love it. I just be scared to get up here and say some shit. Now we done got through. But you better stick your goddamn chest out, then you know what time it is, huh? We got people out there going through. Let them folk know now. It's big around here, legendary around here. Shout out to y'all though. And shout out to that nigga Bean, Brian, and Bird. And shout out that nigga Jeffrey. It's all here to the end, huh? I promise you. We ain't gonna hold y'all up. It'd be Bean to give you 62 3/4 and sit down somewhere. Just like Bird to give you a quadruple double in 3/4 and tell the coach, we done did enough damage. That sound relatable right there. It's big. We ain't gonna hold y'all up. I know I be talking to I talk now. I talk for goddamn 10 minutes straight. I really feel this shit, you hear me? Let's get down to it. Shout out to y'all. Y'all legendary. Don't never forget it. Keep me going, you feel me? Keep me motivated every day. I love it. And we thank you, Lord, for another one, I swear. It used to be sad day. Motherfucker, you be mad as hell. Motherfucker ain't mad no more now. I can't act like I'm mad. But we happy. We gonna show you that we happy. Huh? The real auntie, we love you to the end. I swear. Shout out to y'all people. We love y'all people to the end too now. She beating around here now. Let's get down to it.
When Kobe Bryant created an alter ego for himself, the Black Mamba, he embodied a spirit that became a cultural phenomenon.
So Kobe has to deal with these issues, all the personal challenges. The Black Mamba steps on court and does what he does.
The Mamba mentality, an intense focus and relentless approach in preparation and competition, or as Kobe would describe it,
fuck everyone. I'm destroying everybody that step on the court.
And just guess
damn sure won't lie.
His favorite basketball player is.
Kobe was always my favorite since I got out.
I don't like that, by the way.
But Kobe is one of the toughest human beings I've ever seen because I know what he's been through, and he's played a hell of a lot more minutes than me.
Yeah.
And he just finally figured out, hey, I'm going to get hurt. I'm just going to play through it. And that's the mentality of a great player.
Which, if you could have picked any current player right now to play with for an entire season, who would you pick?
Probably Kobe, because of the fact that he's, well, of course he wouldn't have been shooting as much as he does now.
Yeah, you would have had to talk with him.
His desire to win, his dedication in the offseason to get better, and he's just tough. He's just a tough cat. But if you want to have fun like I did with Bill Walton, you play with LeBron.
Really?
It'd been probably more fun to play with LeBron. But if you want to win and win and win, it's Kobe.
Now, if you know anything about Larry Bird, you should not be surprised that he picked Kobe Bryant over LeBron James, because Larry Bird had that same Mamba mentality that Kobe had way before Kobe coined the phrase. And it all started after Larry Bird had a bad experience as a freshman at Indiana University, causing him to drop out of college after only 2 weeks on campus. To everyone's surprise, Larry had given up his basketball career and gone back to his hometown of French Lick, Indiana, to become a garbage collector?
Torching shit, dump truck driver.
Garbage. In French Lick, it takes you about
yes,
half a day to pick up all the garbage. So that was a very small part. But you know what?
Local dump truck driver.
I never thought I was too good to do anything. I'd do today if I had to.
Yeah, come on now.
Cutting trees down, painting curves, cleaning the streets, laying asphalt. We did everything.
But when Bill Hodges, the head coach of Indiana State, went to French Lick to meet Larry Bird for the very first time, he said one thing to Larry that struck a nerve so hard that it made Larry change his mind from being a garbage collector to being a cold-blooded killer on the court. And Larry's first victims were Indiana State's starting five.
You know, when I got to Terre Haute, Bob King, he asked me what I knew about the players in the state, and when Larry was a junior, he wasn't very big then. He was about 6'3", but I guess he's grown quite a bit since then. I saw him play in the All-Star game. That he's really good. He said, well, let's go get him. And I got a hold of a kid that had played high school ball. He was a senior when Larry was a junior. He was one of Larry's best friends. He went home and talked Larry to coming up there to visit, and I think he had Kevin Carnes with him and 2 or 3 other kids, and they came out and played against our best 5 players. And they wore their jeans. I tried to give him a pair of shorts to wear, he wouldn't wear them. And they went out and just whooped our guys in their blue jeans. They didn't pick up, they wore them out.
In full attire.
This mentality is one of the rare traits that only a select few of the all-time greats had. And when Kevin Pritchard, who played 6 years in the NBA, was asked about his most memorable experience, Larry Bird's mentality was at the top of the list.
Pritchard with 1 second, he'll pump the three.
That's Peyton Pritchard Pops, ain't it?
Kevin Pritchard.
He shot just the same form and everything.
Well, I mean, I played for the Celtics and Larry Bird. I mean, it doesn't get much better than
Chris
that.
Ford.
You know, seeing him on a daily basis.
Oh, man. Oh, what a pass. They about to shoot that shit. Oh, my goodness.
How it came so easy and how just such a masterful player he was. I think the thing you know about Larry is that he's ultimately.
Look at this shit, man. This shit never gets old.
Right? I mean, he knows he's going to make the shot. And
look at this. Turn around. Goodbye. She's gone.
I kid with people all the time about that, and I try to explain how I see it, how his confidence is. And I think the way I would explain it is this. If aliens were coming down to the earth and they said, listen, we're going to give you one shot to make one free throw, or else if you make it, Earth goes on living, you miss it, we destroy the Earth. The thing I would do is I would hand the ball to Larry Bird. Larry would make the free throw and he'd go, where are we going for lunch?
Yeah.
It wouldn't be a big deal.
Yeah.
And I don't know how he does that, but he's just got this ability to take all the clutter, all the noise out and just play basketball or see basketball. And to me, that's a special, special talent. You know, everybody tries it. I'll give you another example. We go down to his ranch and we throw beanbags, you know, cornhole toss, right? Mm-hmm. And the guy is world class. And he turns into he just kind of plays for a little bit. And then all of a sudden it gets close. He becomes, I'm telling you, I would put him against anyone in the universe at doing it because he'll go 4 in a row, 4 in a row, 4 in a row. And I don't know how he can turn that on like he does. It's an amazing gift that he's been given. And you know what? To be honest with you, he takes full advantage of it.
Yeah.
He's one of those kind of guys to me that
Look at this shit.
whatever his ceiling is and whatever he does, he's going to hit it.
And as soon as Larry Bird stepped on a college basketball court, his opponents could already tell that Larry Bird was just on another level. Like the first time when Bill Lynch, as a senior at Butler University, played Indiana State when Larry Bird was just a sophomore.
This is true. My senior year, we played him twice. We were playing Indiana State home and home back in those days. And he was a sophomore, and he just beat our brains out, to tell you the truth. The very first time we played him, it was like one of the first possessions down the court, and I got switched off on it. So the ball goes up. I went to block him out, you know, like fundamental, and the ball came off, and I remember going up to get it, and the next thing I know, I saw this big arm come over the top. He slammed that
Back
ball
door.
down so
Showtime.
hard, the ball hit the floor, came up and hit me underneath the chin. I bit my tongue. I turned around, and there's 33 running the other way. That was probably his first 2 of 40-some that night. But
damn.
He was looking back at it, though. I think we even knew.
Look at this. This is real work.
Played against a guy that's as good as
this shit ain't all three. This shit before 3 line. Matter of fact,
scouting reports back in those days weren't quite the way they are today. It was a little bit of.
It was already in his head,
before
man.
the game, and the coach says, "Okay, Lynch, you got 25, and Burris, you got 32," and we were just playing man-to-man defense, and we went through the season. Then our last college basketball game, my final game I played at Butler was at Hinkle, and it was Larry Bird and Indiana State coming back in.
Yo.
And so we were ready for him that night. He got 47 on us that night, and he could have scored 70. Of course, that was back before the 3-point shot. But we played against a lot of really good players, but there was no one like Larry. I mean, he was so good, and he could do anything he wanted on the court.
That day, Larry Bird, as a sophomore, set Indiana State's single-game scoring record against Butler. This record only lasted for 2 years, because on February 25th, 1979, versus Wichita State, Larry Bird broke his own record and set a mark that has not been broken for 45 years and counting.
Larry Bird. This is the first time that Indiana State Sycamores have ever been on national television. And are they ready? They think they're number one. And they hope to prove today by remaining undefeated that they are number one. Hey, that's the man, Larry Bird. Dalasinski. The jump against Gilbert on third control. Feeds off the toe.
And it started early.
He had the best hand-eye coordination, maybe, of anybody that ever played basketball.
That's
And
Bob
why
Knight
he
talking.
was so good with his anticipation, both offensively and defensively.
Tip off Larry Bird. There you saw the passing ability of Larry Bird, supposed to be the best passing forward in basketball.
The greatest small forward to ever do
Larry
it.
Bird was the best
I don't want to hear
passing forward
nothing.
in college basketball. Instead of putting on a passing clinic, he decided to put on a shooting one.
He's having quite a game. He's that ball. Bird goes up and puts it in. Get out your calculators, men. Let's see what? Larry Bird off the backboard. Getting into gear now. Bird from the corner.
I gotta watch them full games right now. I gotta see them live.
He certainly is.
There wasn't anything he didn't think he could do on the basketball floor. Our game plan was to get the ball in his hands as much as possible, and he made good things happen.
Bird
Look at this.
almost lost that ball out of bounds. Now takes a shot. Oh, there's one in your face. Here's where you catch Larry Bird. Watch him put the ball in the face. There, taken in the face. Then now watch him shoot it. Unbelievable. You know how far away that is?
Unbelievable.
Left field.
Left field, man.
Larry Bird already
Before the three, they called it left field.
But just
Big.
imagine if he had a three-point line to go with it.
This day, they go undefeated.
Niggas shooting real threes. Goodbye. She's gone. This shit ain't made up. This shit for real.
Unbelievable outside shooter. Indiana State is scoring. Oh, here's a long one again.
This before the broken hand.
The further out he is,
The broken finger, I mean.
high percentage he gets the ball.
Come on, man. Real small forward. We wait on the ball. Goodbye. She's gone. It's that serious.
And as Indiana State started pulling away, everyone knew that they were witnessing something special.
Bird comes up with it.
Wow. Come on, now lock in.
He's got 41 points already. He's 41 part of his
I'm talking about that shit all net, man.
Knicks shooting high.
Good board. Come on now. Good board. We live, nigga. Yeah, Big Bird. Come on, that's 17 rebounds too now. 15, 40-point game.
There's somebody out there that's unforgettable, unflappable, unselfish, and unstoppable. And I don't know who it is, but I think that person will receive the most valuable player. We'll think about it. Well, let's say we've got it. Larry Bird, $1,000 comes to Indiana State in his name. It's one of many accommodations he'll have before his collegiate and professional careers are over. Student body wants Larry Bird to have the ball. He's got the ball. He's got the shot. He's got the Larry Bird with 49 points, an all-time record.
And to think, Larry Bird, one of the greatest players of all time, almost gave up his basketball career before it even started. But what exactly did Coach Bill Hodges say to Larry Bird the day they met to make Larry change career paths and play basketball at Indiana State? Well, I'll let Bill Hodges tell you exactly how it went down.
So, 2 days after I was in Terre Haute, we went to French Lick. And everybody had tried to recruit him, but nobody had been able to get very far with him. He had kind of a bad taste in his mouth. He didn't know what he was going to do, though. And we found his high school coach, so he took us over to meet Larry. And Larry wasn't there, and his mom said, "You coaches are just driving him crazy. Why don't you just go away and leave him alone?" Bam, she closed the door. Gary said, "Wow, she must have had a bad day because she's normally real nice."
But one slammed door wasn't enough to stop Bill Hodges, so he drove around French Lick, Indiana, until he could find Larry Bird himself.
So we drove around town and took Gary back. He said, "If you come back a couple days, I'll round Larry up and you can get to talk to him." Dan said, "Well, let's go back to Terre Haute." I said, No, I'm from Zionsville. Zionsville's about the same size as French Lick. We're going to find Larry. I said, hey, there aren't too many places you can hide a 6'8" guy in a town like this. And we drove around for a while, and I made a right turn and started down the street, and we were passing a laundry where you go in and wash your clothes.
Yeah.
And here comes this big blonde kid out of there, and I said, "There he is, right there." And I pulled in. He said, "You think?" I said, "There can't be two of them in this town." And I got out and introduced myself. He wouldn't shake hands because he had been working on his truck, and he was carrying a basket of clothes, and he put it in the car. And I started talking to him about, we'd like to talk to you about Indiana State. And he said, "Well, I'm busy working on my truck right now. I just don't think I have time right now." And his grandmother, she heard me talking with him. So she come around there and she said, "Larry, these nice fellows were, they took their time to drive all this way to see you. Invite them up to the house for some iced tea." "Oh, Granny, I'm
Grandma
working
said
on my
that.
truck." "Larry?" And that was all there was to that. He didn't say anymore.
Grandma
we
gave you
followed
that.
him up there. And
Mama,
she
you already know how this
tea,
shit
and
go.
we sat and talked with him.
This golden opportunity
Whatever grandma say
was
go,
almost ruined by Bill's
swear.
assistant, because what he didn't know was, just like on the basketball court, Larry Bird was not a
Grandma tell you come back when you get ready, nigga, in real life.
Kept talking.
Yeah, you talking
He
about.
was telling us about working for the city. I said, "What do you do?" He said, "Well, each day of the week is different. We paint the curbs one week, and we might pick up dead lambs in maybe plant flowers or in the parks.
Big Bird living a normal life. He ain't better than nobody.
And on Thursday, we picked up garbage. I said, "Do you drive the truck?" He said, "Hell no, Sam drives the truck. I work on the back." And it kind of kept going there. And so Stan had kind of said, "Well, you want to work on a garbage truck the rest of your life?" And Larry kind of looked over and said, "I kind of like the job."
You feel me? Like, we ain't better than nobody, my guy.
Happy. So I said, "Stan, let's go. We got to get out of here." And let Larry get back to work on his truck.
Luckily, Bill Hodges was there to redirect the conversation, because if he wasn't, Larry Bird may have been content being a garbage collector for the rest of his life. Because out of all of the coaches and the recruiters that tried to get Larry to come to their school, Bill Hodges was the only person to connect with Larry, because they were both from small towns and had a lot in common. But then, Bill said something to Larry that woke up a sleeping giant.
We talked about playing AAU ball, which both of us had. And, we talked about baling hay, and, that's what he did during the summer. That's all I did during the summer. And we had a lot in common, small towns, and just we knew each other, I was talking about recruiting. We had to have a point guard, and he said, "Well, you ought to get Kevin Carnes." He said, "My cousin, Kevin Carnes, he was a senior when I was a junior." He said, "If he had gone to college, he'd have been a great player." And I looked at him, and I said, "Larry, if you don't come and go to Indiana State with us, that's what they're going to say about you one day." And boy, that's the first time he looked me in the eye all day. And I knew I had him.
And when Bill Hodges came back to French Lick 2 days later and knocked on Larry Bird's door, Larry's mother answered again. But this time, she was singing a completely different tune.
We headed back to Terre Haute, and I got all the papers that we needed to get signed and filled them out and addressed the envelope to Indiana. And 2 days later, I drove down there and knocked on the door. His mother answered the door. She said, "Oh, come in, Coach." I said, "It's good to see you."
A different tone.
Wow, it's just a different reception. And Larry said, "How do you know I was going to sign? How do you know?" I said, "Well, if you're an intelligent kid, and this is the intelligent choice to make. So all you have to do is sign right here, and I'll mail it for you." And he signed it, and the rest is history.
Larry Bird went on to have one of the greatest college careers ever. And as a senior, he led a relatively unknown Indiana State team to a 33-0 record and a berth in the national title game, prompting some experts to say that Larry Bird was the greatest college player of all time.
Reed gets it to Heaton. He's the clutch player.
Larry had to do more with less. I think, frankly, that Larry Bird getting the 1978-79 Indiana State team to the finals with a 33-0 record is the single greatest personal achievement in the history of college basketball.
I hear what you're saying about Kareem. I'm actually old enough, I got to watch Wilt Chamberlain play college basketball at Kansas, and it was the same impact where he was just unstoppable. But Shannon, you grew up a fan of one Larry Joe Bird. And I got to tell you, the harder I look at what Larry Bird did with an Indiana State team, well, Larry Bird basically picked 4 guys from Terre Haute and said, you guys come out here and let's go try to win the NCAA championship. And I've never seen anything like what Larry did. Larry Bird took them to 33-0. And when you look at what they did, again, I'm going to give, I know what you're talking about, most important. Yeah, I got it, but most important or most valuable to one season, man, what Bird did was just off the charts. We've never seen anything like that. It's just hard to go that far with that little, and Larry Bird did so much with so little.
I'll just have to say, now, everybody's got their favorite player and everything, but there's no question at all who it was the best player in Indian basketball. There is no doubt. And it's Larry Bird. I don't care. I'm prejudiced, maybe, but I mean, all-around player. Now, I don't think anybody will ever be like him.